Well, hello everybody, and welcome to today's Stream of Hope. I'm so glad that you're able to join us. It's great to connect with you today. If you're hopping into our Facebook feed, if you're popping onto our YouTube channel, please do say hi in the comments. We'd love to hear from you today. Share with us your prayer requests and your testimonies so that we can pray with you and so that we can rejoice with you in what God is doing in your life. And sharing testimony is so important. It's a great way we can build faith in one another, and we can release faith in one another to believe for what God wants to do, not just today, but for what he wants to do tomorrow as well. And in a moment, I'm going to hand over to another special speaker who's going to share with you today a little bit about their testimony and what God has done in their life. And it's such an encouragement when we share these stories of how God has made very real impacts on our lives. Before I do that, I just want to share with you a number of ways you can stay connected with us at Life Church and connected to the community that we have here. The first is our life groups, a great place to be connected, a great place to find community, great place to find friends and build those friendships. So I'd encourage you, if you're not yet in a life group and you'd like to explore joining one, get in contact with us by dropping us an email at office@life-church.co.uk, and we'll get you connected with a really great group of people who you can spend time with, who you can experience community with, and who you can build friendships with that will endure not just for this time but throughout your life if you so wish. I'd also like to remind you about these streams, a great place to engage daily with what we're doing at Life Church and to engage with the community that we've built around these streams as well. Again, say hi in the comments, tag one or two friends in there and share this video so that others can enjoy these streams. They happen every day, Monday to Saturday at 11 a.m. I also want to remind you about our Sunday service, and this is coming up again this Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. with Life Kids, 10:15 for worship, and then 11 a.m. for the message. And our YouTube channel is the best place to experience our Sunday service. You'll get a seamless experience there if you hop over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and you can hook up to our playlist that we'll have there for Sunday, and it will run you right the way through all of the content for Sunday, from the kids' work through worship and into our message. We'll also be sharing our message here on Facebook at 11 a.m. as well, so please do like that video, join in with us there, say hi in the comments again, tag friends into those comments and share the video as well. Why not start a watch party this weekend so that your friends can be contacted and can enjoy the message that we're going to share with you this Sunday. We'll be continuing our series, which is called Locked Down But Not Locked In, and we're so excited about what we have to share with you this Sunday. It's a great time to remember that God is well able to do a lot with people, even in the middle of restricted circumstances. So I'd encourage you to join us on Sunday at 11 a.m. Stay tuned as well to our social media pages. They're a great way for us to be able to communicate with you exactly what's happening in Life Church and what will be coming up over the next few weeks. And we really enjoyed last week running our Q&A session, and we're looking forward to doing some more of those similar sorts of sessions. So keep your ears open, keep your eyes pinned on our social feed, and you'll see details of more of those sessions coming up shortly. Really excited about some of the ideas that we have and some of the people we'll be having on those sessions to share with you some thoughts in this time. So now I'm going to hand it over to our speaker for today, and today Steve Brett is going to come and bring you a message which is based largely around his testimony. It's a great encouragement, as I've already said, that testimonies are a great way for us to build faith and release faith in one another. And I really love Steve. He's a great guy with an incredible testimony of how God changed his life. So Steve, it's over to you, everybody. I hope you're blessed by this message.
Hi guys, thought I'd just send you a quick message. I'm seeking shelter in my garage at the moment, doing a few jobs and things, so that's really good. Just thought I'd share a few thoughts with you. I've been thinking about my life and where I've ended up, and in the journey that I've been on to get here. I was thinking about 20 odd years ago, my life was quite a mess. I was I'd find solace in drinking with my friends, or staying out late, going to clubs. I was seeking something, but I didn't know what it was, that missing piece of the jigsaw. I used to read a lot of philosophy, and I think one of the last ones I read, my recollection was Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And again, I didn't really find what I was looking for in the book, and things were happening in my life, and a few really bad relationships, and which resulted in me just packing my job up one day, getting a plane ticket to Canada, packing a rucksack, and just going on an adventure, because I knew there was something missing in my life. I didn't know what it was. I knew that my life was quite a mess. I was quite an angry person. I had some good friends, and yeah, it was okay, but there was a big thing missing in my life, but I didn't know what it was. So there I was in Ottawa, and there's a river that runs through the city, and much to my amazement, I sat there one day and I heard this voice, and it rocked my world, because I wasn't expecting to hear a voice. I thought I was going a bit crazy, but when I but I had such peace, and I can't really explain it. If anyone has an experience where something miraculous happens, it really defies logic or understanding, and it's easy for me to say these things, but if you don't experience it, then it's another thing altogether. But I knew that voice that I heard was God, and it took me on a journey, and a very unexpected journey, because my understanding or my experience of God and church at that time was pretty negative, because whenever I'd been to church for christenings, weddings, funerals, whatever it may be, it just wasn't relevant. There'd be some guy stood at the front in a dress or a dog collar or whatever, and it you'd sing some pretty boring songs, and it just was not relevant. So to go thousands of miles to another country, and then to hear God's voice, and to come to that realization that I'd spent all my life trying to do stuff or trying to seek stuff, and then what I was looking for was right under my nose all along. You don't have to go far in this country before you come across a church or a place of worship. So, but I still didn't know what it looked like. I still had to go on a journey, and that's what I did, really. But for the most amazing, drastic change in my life was this inner peace, and it's still with me today, and and it's just an amazing presence of God. And so often I find that we can look at times like this, with the virus, and we you have to listen to the news or what's on the internet or whatever. So many people out there trying to figure out, is this from God? Is this from China? Is it from this or that? But so often, we're seeking things, and we just will not know the answer. And so many people, say, "Oh well, why this or why that," and blame God for this or blame God for that, or pondering. And so often we put God in a very small box, when actually He's limitless, and He will astound our logic. I was just reading in 2 Kings 6, where this guy and his friends, Elijah, who's called a prophet, and he was with these other prophet friends, and they're building a shelter next to the Jordan River, or cutting the logs down, and one of them's borrowed an axe, and the axe head flies off. It, goes into the river, and he's in a panic because he's lost this axe head. But this guy called Elijah, he's got such an amazing relationship with God and such faith that he just takes a stick and throws it into the River Jordan, which would have been quite a deep river and it would have been quite fast flowing. And all of a sudden, this axe head floats, and you kind of think, well, that's just amazing, just crazy, really. That's impossible. And then if you look through the Bible, you'll find so often that God does the impossible. So often we'll put him in a little box, or trying to explain it away with science or other stuff, or coincidence or whatever it may be. But God is a God of the impossible. And at times like this, where we've got this virus, everyone's in lockdown, and there's a lot of fear that's going around, he's still that same God. He is the God of the impossible. And so my encouragement is for those people, if you're out there, if you are fearful, or if you are seeking, or if you're looking for something, you don't know what it is, that you can't put a name to it, then I really encourage you to either get hold of a Bible and start reading, probably in the New Testament first, then and find out more about this amazing God, and how he is the God. He is a good God, and he is the God of miracles. And and we can have hope, and we can have faith, and we can have peace through that knowledge of that relationship with him. And there's so much other stuff out there. If you always look on Life Church website, there's a load of podcasts. There's and you can look on all the places on the internet as well. But I just really encourage you at this time, don't put God in a shoebox. Don't try and box him in and try and figure him out, because he'll just defy your logic time and time again. Even Solomon, who's probably the wisest man that probably walked the earth, and even he, through his trials and tribulations, he had to acknowledge that God's that much bigger, so much bigger than any of our logic, any of our thoughts and things like that. So I just that's really what I wanted to say. Really, just expect the impossible, and have faith for the impossible, and don't put God in a little box. He is a big and a very, very wise God, and all we need to do is humble ourselves before him, and to seek that relationship through reading the Bible, through prayer, and whatever other ways that we have, and find that inner peace, because I know I can feel it. It's a tangible peace for me at this moment in time, and it's a great comfort as well. So I'll just finish off with that, guys, and I just pray that for his peace to rest upon you all. I just pray for his presence to be felt tangibly, and Father, I just pray for those people who are seeking, Lord, that you'll come and meet them where they're at, Lord, and that they may be able to hear your voice as well. Amen.